dialogues and conversation. So, ran across this video and it's done pretty well. A lot of people all over the world have checked it out. And I thought about, whether we wanted to really break it down or not, because there's so much inside of here. And to give away these types of jewels, we want to bring the value, right? Bring the value. So why not bring that to the people? So, full disclosure, when it comes to the sweet science, in my opinion, Brother Floyd is the best to ever do it. Can you dig it? So when it comes to what's happening inside that ring, that's my view. No hate, straight appreciate. I mean, it is the homie, no doubt. But we have to keep things fair, and we have to be truthful. We have to pick our battles. We have to know our strengths and our weaknesses. And inside of that becomes lessons, life lessons. And these are the lessons that catapult us from good to great. These are the lessons that make the difference, make us legendary in our thinking, in our presence. And this is what we will converse on. We will take this deep dive together, and I hope you enjoy and appreciate our time together as we study what's right in front of us, but not really always right in front of us. And let's mine, as in dig, excavate. Let's get as close to this thing as we can and then apply it to your life. We have our beautiful German Shepherd pups joining us live, and we'll do what we do. So, I hope you're doing well. Feel free to chat, voice your thoughts as we proceed, and let's enjoy the ride. So here we go. Let's get started, and let's see how we feel about things, and grab as much as we can, as fast as we can. Now, what we may do, we may actually go through this twice. Maybe certain things that on our voyage through it that we touch on, and then later it may concretize. We may really see it, really get it. Let's enjoy.
It's me all the way. It could be the AI version if you want it to be.
No, I mean, family. Well, I mean the PF. I mean, why they FF?
No, because
see, we're gonna do this a lot, and this is the whole point. So let's take our time and let's walk back through how this starts. So it's important that we see the levels right away. Fair use. We are commentating fair use.
Is that you or is that the AI version?
it's me all the way. It could be the AI version if you want it to be.
Stop right there. So already we're seeing a power play. Instantly. Let me get the digitized version right here. Already now, Brother Bill obviously knows what time it is in this conversation. He obviously knows where he wants to be in the conversation. And little Floyd is approaching it from a professional and a global standing, which he has every right to do. of respect and a form of dignity. But that ain't the game here. And this is the, part of the lesson that we're going to uncover. What happens when we achieve a certain position in life, or we're striving and we are noticing gains and we're noticing we're moving ahead, and then we get engaged in some nonsense. We allow ourselves to get pulled into something that is way beneath us. What do you do? I mean, the best thing in most situations is to not even touch it. Don't even allow yourself to be in that situation. For instance, many times we see where, let's say, a first round draft pick, big contract, big hopes for the future, but he goes back home and gets caught up at the club, ends up in some fight, some this, some that, just stupid stuff. And we say, well, what in the world? Why did you even put yourself in that spot? What in the world? Can you dig it? Like, why would you even be there? And this is analogous to what we're looking at. Now, again, Brother Floyd is a legend. In my opinion, the best in the ring ever. Has transformed the industry, generated boatloads upon yachts, upon super yachts of money for not just himself, but for an industry and even countries. A legend. This dude, do you even know who he is? And that's my point. I mean, briefly, no disrespect to the man. He's the father of another boxer who you may also not know. No disrespect. But Brother Devin lost before this interview. And actually, there's been breaking news today. He lost to Ryan Garcia, who appears allegedly to have tested at least what we're hearing positive for PEDs. So there may actually be a no contest, and there are lots of weird wrinkles happening today. But that's life. Crazy things happen. But at this moment, these two individuals are engaging. All right. And that's where we have to understand. What are they engaging in? Verbal exchange at this level must be viewed as comment. At least. Do you understand? At this level, when your net worth, like a little Floyd, may be, in the billions, and you have a guy who just came off his son's first loss, and he's scratching to stay relevant. He needs a come up. He's got to try to rebuild the franchise. So is this really just a conversation at that level? Are we really just talking? Or are interest supremely involved, and people will resort to whatever they can to get next to you? And this is where we need to be careful. This is where we need to study. This is where we need to analyze and be prepared. I don't want anyone who listens to me, who talks with me, or engages in our channel to get sucker punched in life. Be prepared. Protect yourself at all times. That's not what happened here. We had a legend who opened himself up and a man ran right through strongly. And we're going to walk through this. But as we walk through it, I want you to see the dynamic at work from the very beginning. From the very beginning, Brother Bill brilliantly takes control. Right off the bat. Let's watch it again.
Is that you or is that the AI version?
It's me all the way. It could be.
Is that you or the AI version? Now, this is a serious moment. This is a first breath of the colliding forces that's been brewing for some time. And now we have a live conversation. And you've got Mr. Comedian, so it would seem, in Bill, Brother Bill. And Brother Floyd walks right into the trap. And in no way is this a disrespect to the legend. I've already told you my stance. He's the best ever in the ring. But to everything, there is a science. Holla if you hear me. And these are the gems. These are the tools of life that I want us to share. That in everything, there is a science. You do not drop your guard in these levels of life simply because you have genius in another level, in another respect. That you don't do. That you don't do. Because you're availing yourself to a situation that's way beneath you. So right off the bat, Brother Bill brilliantly alters the environment. He knows that Brother Floyd has an issue that he wants to address. And he plays it like it's all a joke. Why? To further maneuver Floyd from his base. That's all. Just get him off his square right away.
It could be the AI version if you want it to be.
No,
What up, family?
Well, I mean, the PF. I mean, why they F?
No, because I got the social. I let somebody else run that social media page. When I want to get on that, I get on that. But it's one of my guys. What's going on, family?
One of your one of your guys.
Yeah,
I mean, you call
one of my guys. It's one of my.
You call for me.
You see all this playing, all this. I don't know what you're talking about. I can barely understand you. What are you saying? All of this by Brother Bill is strategic. And as we'll see later in the debate, when his words are coming 1,000 miles a minute, the man has no problem articulating. The man has no problem comprehending. So this is all jest. This is all to unbalance his opponent. So he's already playing the game. He's not here to try to patch things up. Brother Floyd lets him know right off the bat. I'm just trying to understand, what's going on. I'm playing by a certain set of rules. Now, to Brother Floyd's credit, he is made a living understanding the rules of the game that he's playing. And I'm not saying he didn't understand these rules, but I'm saying that there's a ring, there are gloves, certain size, there's a certain weight that you have to come in at. And he's been a proponent drug testing. You know, he's certainly celebrated and been a spokesperson for the increase of that, etc. All of these things, a referee in the ring, even though he'll be the first one to tell you boxing is a dangerous sport, one shot can change your life, but he understands playing by the rules of a certain game. Okay? So when he comes into a situation, it's more than natural at this point that he is coming into it with an expectation of a certain paradigm. There's a certain parameter in which we're about to operate. And in this situation, that was incorrect. It would appear that he's saying, hey, if I treat this man with respect, if I, Floyd, treat Bill with some respect and just have a nice conversation with him, we can get to the bottom of this. I'm going to let him know I don't have any problem with him, and we can dissect whatever the history is that caused this situation to come up. We'll squash it and move forward. No problem. Nah. Here's a man who's hungry for the come up. Here's a man who is saying, nah, we're in play right now, and I'm going to put you in play, and I'm going to dominate the situation so that I can move myself and my family forward. At your expense, whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to go through you and catapult our situation, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter that you're trying to be respectful to me. I'm going to come at you the way I'm going to come at you. Let's check it out.
Hey. Yeah. So I need to know. I called you I've been reaching out to you to let you know. I ain't never had nothing against you. When did me and you go wrong? When did me and you start having beef?
I don't know. I don't know how much do we have a beef? Because you seem real you aggressive or something about it.
Last time me and you.
Wait a minute. What kind of beef
we don't have a beef. I'm saying a disagreement.
What do we have a disagreement about?
Now, don't change your position right there. Don't change. If you say, I'm trying to understand why we're having a beef, that's your position. There's no reason for you to change that. That's your position. Why are we having this beef? Stay right there. Don't let the man, his reaction, the person you're dealing with, man or woman, in this combative environment of debate, when you're playing for keeps, okay? Whether it's for your job, whether it's for your organization, whether it's for your ministry, whether it's your family, whether it's any type of relationship, when the chips are on the line and you're out there on this island of debate, stand where you are. Especially when you recognize you're dealing with someone who isn't playing by the rules. Stay where you are. When right there where Floyd says beef and the man jokes him off the point beef, we're losing points right there.
Last time me and you.
Wait a minute. What kind of beef
we don't have a beef. I'm saying a disagreement.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you say it's beef, then that's what it is, and let's talk about it. And the man's over here joking and smiling. What kind of beef do we have? Right? See, he's maneuvering again. He's constantly maneuvering here with that little jokey smile. He's toying with us. We can't let that happen. So, Brother Floyd, we're coming in with the right professionalism. We're coming in trying to make peace. We're coming in with an understanding that, we mean no harm. We're trying to get to the bottom of it and move forward. And this guy's joking us off into emotionalism. He's joking us off into being illogical. He's joking us off, softening us up so that he can come in for the kill. That we can't allow. No, we can't allow that. We can't allow that. So we have to keep our ground right there. If we say, so you see, before we even get into the problems that caused us to quote unquote maybe lose this debate, we have to understand right off the bat why we can't allow ourselves to get toyed with, because we may not be able to get back to where we need to be. If we get too far out there, if the person pushes us that far out, whether it's in the boardroom or whether it's on our phone call, a heavy conference call, if we allow ourselves to get pushed that far out there right off the bat, well, good morning to you. Well, what's so good about it? Already. Okay, I see how they're playing. You can't wait for 5 more minutes into the discussion before you begin to adapt to what's happening in front of you right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Recognize it right away. And then what are you going to do? You're going to have to adapt. You're going to have to make some shifts here. Otherwise, we're at risk of losing some standing and maybe letting somebody who has no business getting next to us get this close. Don't let it happen. Stay right where you want to be. You are the legend. You are in control. And if you're allowing someone to talk to you that probably shouldn't even be there, then keep the parameters the way you want them to be. You're the boss.
When did me and you go wrong? When did me and you start having beef?
I don't know. I don't know how much do we have a beef? Because you seem you aggressive or something about it.
Last time me and you.
Wait a minute. What kind of beef
we
do
don't
we
have
have?
a beef. I'm saying a disagreement.
What we have a disagreement about? What do we have a disagreement about?
You tell me. I never had nothing against you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's talk. I seen you in Miami.
Now, we definitely see where Lil Floyd is being cordial. Okay, but you see him getting rocked. You see us getting rocked off of a very calm, legendary position. He's still who he is, right? So we can't allow ourselves to get rocked off our position of who in the world we are because this guy is trying to toy with us. Can't let that happen. But he's letting the man know clearly, I got no problem with you. I don't even know where it started. As far as I can see, this is a surprise to me. So he's coming with grace to a man who could care less about grace. And these are parts of the lessons that we're looking at. What do we need to do when this is happening to us? When we're coming with grace and the person could care less about the grace?
The disagreement.
You tell me. I never had nothing against you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's talk. I seen you in Miami. Last time I seen you in Miami before. We kicked it. You said what's up. I said what's up. We kicked it. We had a good time. Now all of a sudden it seems like Bill Haney is my enemy. Like I ain't got nothing against Bill.
Listen, I don't know if I'm your enemy or not. I don't claim to be your motherfucking enemy. I don't care nothing about being nobody's enemy. You know who I am. You know what I'm saying? You know how I fuck with it. But if you was my enemy, then you would feel like that. Do you feel like I'm your enemy?
Do you hear this? I don't know if you're my enemy. Do you feel like he's toying with us? And he knows it. You can see it in his face. Aren't you looking? He's toying for the first minute and a half or so. The man is toying with us. And the problem is that we need to be of sound mind. We need to make sound decisions. We need to build sound arguments. And if you check out what's happening here, we are emotionally, talking about us as Little Floyd, we are emotionally getting erratic. Our voices changed, our body language has changed, and this man is laughing at us. He has dominated our emotional state. And that can't happen. And I mean, if we were in the ring, if this was little Floyd in the ring and someone was trying to do this to him in the ring, it not only hasn't worked, wouldn't work, right? He sees it coming and he regains control of the situation and moves forward and dominates you, takes away your strength, right? But this is part of the blessing and the genius of him that is Floyd in the ring. But here, we're in a different type of ring. Okay? And he's never claimed, right? He's never claimed, I'm the best debater in the world. He's never claimed that. So Brother Bill here, he knows that he has verbal tools. He knows. He knows he can verbally throw lefts and rights with skill. So he's positioned himself where now little Floyd has to fight in this ring. We probably shouldn't even be in this ring with this man, because this man has not earned the right to bring us into this type of ring. You understand? And these are the things I'm saying to us that we need to learn from this. Don't let someone bring you into a ring where you shouldn't be. You are not the master of every area of life, but you know that, and I know that, right? We know we're not the master of every area in life. Okay, so be careful when someone's pulling you off your square, because as we'll see, it's not just to get you off, but it may be also to punish you or even try to destroy you once I've got you off. And that's dangerous. Very dangerous. But we don't like the emotionalism that's happening here. We don't like that we're being toyed with. We don't like that we're not in control of the situation. We have to be in control. We are the legend. We are the person who the world knows. This, that's our spot. That's our position. We can't afford to allow anyone to put us out there in a spot where now we're wavering. We're at their beck and call. We're not sure what's up, what's down. We're trying to figure out, what's really happening. We're just off base. We can't allow it to be like that. Okay.
Yo, I'm just asking a question. This ain't, we ain't no pistol contest.
Does it feel like that?
I don't. I'm asking you.
I feel like, listen, I've been knowing you for hella long, but I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's how I feel like it, me myself, personally.
So there it is right there. He spent the first part getting us off our square, and then he goes and shows us right now already that he's more than happy to put his foot on our neck. That he's not doing this for play. He will get us off our square, and he will do everything he can to slay us. He's not playing as a child. You may say these are childish tactics. I call them brilliant. These are incredibly powerful tactics that he's using. We shouldn't have been there in this situation. We shouldn't have allowed this man to be in this square with us. But now that we're here, and now he's effectively maneuvered us off, and now he comes in with the disrespect. He comes in with the extra daggers. We brought a knife to a gunfight, and now it's just on. It's on, and unfortunately, we're not recovering. Again, if this was in the ring, and that was Sugar Shane Mosley that just almost knocked the brother man out like he almost did more than once in that fight early. Right? And little Floyd admits he got caught, but he adapted and then dominated, and the brother man couldn't do nothing with him. Shane couldn't do nothing with him. That's in that ring. In this ring, not only did we not adapt, but it got worse and worse and worse. And to Brother Bill's credit, he just continued to exploit, although in a very disrespectful way, which we'll talk about, but it was on. He got us off right away, and then he went in to punish us. Now, if you know, let's give Lil Floyd credit as well, because he heard the shots. He heard, what are you talking about? We don't have to get in no pissing match. That's what he says, right? I mean, so he heard, this man he's not, even, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Right? So let's give Lil Floyd credit that he is seeing and feeling this is off.
Then you would feel like that. You feel like I'm your enemy?
Look at his face. Look at Lil Floyd.
Bill, I'm just asking a question. This ain't, we ain't no pissing contest.
You see, so right, he clearly recognizes that this is off. Our problem is we didn't adapt strong enough, well enough. We weren't able to dominate from that point. When we realized, whenever that was, we continued to be dominated versus finding the right adjustment. And that's not cool. We've got to adjust so that we can return fire properly.
Does it feel like that?
I'm asking you.
I feel like, listen, I've been knowing you for hella long, but I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? Okay. That's how I feel like it, me myself, personally. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By your action.
And so,
let me tell you, by your action. Wait.
That's cool.
Wait, PB, you wanted me to tell you? I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga based on your actions about everybody that's been in the town that's been down with you. You dig what I'm saying? They doing dirt ball bad. Ain't nobody doing real good fucking with you. You dig what I'm saying? Now, you told me that you was going to show me what you can do with Tank. You always kept telling me, Tank. You see what I can do with Tank. Listen, brother, you see what I done did with my son. That if you really, that's what you really been whispering. But when you went to go talk and do the deal, it wasn't something that he felt like that he wanted to get no monthly. He wanted to be a boss. So the deal didn't happen. But I mean, I don't want you to sit up and talk like you like some hellified nigga. You've been doing some hellified shit for the streets, or like you done been there for me, or like we 100% eye level. Nigga, I take care of everybody around this motherfucker. I take care of my son. And you've been hating on me for a long time with that shit. You've been blocking like a motherfucker. You know you have.
All right. Now, did we do the right thing by allowing him now to take the floor and run with it? I mean, this is the same man again who started off toying with us. He's joking. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember, he's doing all of these sophisticated things. I'm giving him credit, sophisticated. And now, oh yeah, he's PhD at this stuff, right? Now all of a sudden, he's breaking it all down. Well, wait a minute. You were the same guy who acted like a second ago. You didn't even know what I was talking about. So I know you're hustling. I know you're playing by a different set of rules. Okay? So why are we even allowing him then to run with the ball? Skip that. I mean, I'm still playing by the rules of trying to be a professional and deal with you cordially. And clearly you're hustling me. You knew full well, and you've been playing the whole time. So, hey, it's on then. This has now become a no holds barred fight, which again is probably why I should have even engaged and allowed you to gauge with me, because you've got nothing to lose compared to where I am. So the fact that I'm even allowing this to happen, and now that I've allowed myself to be in this spot, how do I adapt? How do I now modify the situation? And these are keys for life, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. These are keys for life. Let's take our time. And we see where he is right now. He's throwing shot after shot after shot right now. The profanity, the massive disrespect, all of that. But look at how it started out.
Is that you or is that the AI version?
It's me all the way. It could be the AI version if you want it to be.
No,
What
I'm
up, family?
saying is, well, I mean, the PF. I mean, why it ain't
No,
FF?
no, because I got the social. I let somebody else run that social media page. When I want to get on that, I get on that. But it's one of my guys. What's going on, family?
One of your,
Talk to me.
one of your guys.
Yeah, it's
I mean, you
one of my
call,
guys. It's one of my.
you call for me.
Yeah. So I need to know. I called you to. I've been reaching out to you to let you know. I ain't never had nothing against you. Where did me and you go wrong? When did me and you start having beef?
I don't know. I don't know how much do we have a beef? Because you
I'm
seem
just saying.
real
I mean,
like you aggressive or
at least
something
I
about
thought
it.
it.
Do we have
Last time,
what kind of
last
beef
time
do we
me and
have?
you.
Wait a minute. What kind
I'm
of
just
beef
saying we
do
don't
we
have a
have?
beef. I'm saying a disagreement,
What do
or
we have
or
a
we not on the same
disagreement
page.
about? What
I
do we
don't.
have
You
a
tell
disagreement
me.
about?
You tell
Huh?
me. I never had nothing against you. Now,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, I seen. Let's talk. Let's talk. I seen you in Miami. Last time I seen you in Miami before. We kicked it. You said what's up. I said what's up. We kicked it. We had a good time. Now all of a sudden it seems like Bill Haney is my enemy. Like I ain't got nothing against Bill.
listen. Listen, I don't know if I'm your enemy or not. I don't claim to be your motherfucking enemy. I don't care nothing about being nobody's enemy. You know who I am. You know what I'm saying? You know how I fuck with it. But if you was my enemy, then you would feel like that. Do you feel like I'm your enemy?
I'm just Bill. I'm just asking a
No,
question.
I'm asking
This ain't.
you,
We ain't in no
does it feel
pissing
like I'm your
contest.
enemy? Does it feel like
I
that?
don't. You tell.
I feel
That's
like,
what I'm
no,
asking you.
because I feel like, listen, I've been knowing you for hella long, but I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's how I feel like it, me myself, personally. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By your actions.
And so,
No, no, let me tell
okay,
you by your actions.
that's cool.
Wait, PB, you wanted me to tell you? I feel like you're a
Okay,
bullshit
go ahead.
ass nigga based on your actions about everybody that's been in the town that's been down with you. You dig what I'm saying? They doing dirt ball bad. Ain't nobody doing real good fucking with you. You dig what I'm saying? Now, you told me that you was going to show me what you can do with Tank. You always kept telling me, Tank, Tank, Tank. You see what I can do with Tank. Listen, brother, you see what I done did with my son. That if you really, that's what you really been whispering. But when you went to go talk and do the deal, it wasn't something that he felt like that he wanted to get no monthly. He wanted to be a boss. So the deal didn't happen. But I mean, I don't want you to sit up and talk like you like some hellified nigga. You've been doing some hellified shit for the streets, or like you done been there for me, or like we 100% eye level. Nigga, I take care of everybody around this motherfucker. I take care of my son. And you've been hating on me for a long time with that shit. You've been blocking like a motherfucker. You know you have. But listen, yeah,
Bill,
what you mean, huh? What do you mean?
Why are we letting this man talk? Again, I appreciate the fact that Brother Floyd is giving him the courtesy of a man, of an older gentleman, comparatively, not that much, but, he's trying to work through it, and he's not coming on some weird hustle. Little Floyd's not. So I give him the credit for that. But again, why are we letting this man steal the show? Why are we letting this man dictate who talks when and how? Who are you? Real talk. Who are you? I don't. Why are we doing that? Why are we allowing this man this much room? Especially since he's not really answering the question, and we're not even challenging him on what he's saying. We're reacting emotionally. We're saying, "Oh, well, no, I don't." What, but we're not making him prove himself. Do you hear me? Whereas, as we'll see as we go on, Brother Bill, if we say something, he's going to challenge the legitimacy of the statement. You see the brilliance there? Brother Bill is not going to allow us to just say stuff. He's going to jump in and say, oh, no, wait, man, wait. Woo. He's going to challenge us on the words we say, the inferences we make, and use them to further trip us up. We're not doing that. We're just letting this guy preach on. Why are we doing that? Why does he deserve that? And again, we're giving him that. Brother Floyd is giving him that because we're operating from a professional standpoint. We're operating from these are the rules of the game. Brother Floyd now has international business meetings, right? I mean, the man carries weight. So he doesn't go into boardrooms and just talk like he's on the street corner. He has learned how to deal, how to communicate with people from all walks of life. These are skill sets that he's grown and developed where he's playing by certain rules of how to engage with people. Okay. And he's employing them right now. He's offering these norms to Brother Bill, and Brother Bill saying, so I'm not playing like that. But again, Lil Floyd 8-ounce gloves, this guy's coming in with 6-ounce gloves. Brother Floyd's coming in at 140 pounds. This dude's coming in at 195. I mean, so we're not okay then. This is not an okay situation. So we have to either shut it all down and say we refuse to engage in what you're trying to get us to engage in, or we figure out a way to reposition everything right here, right now, because we have to be back in control. We have to regain control. And part of the way we regain control is by not letting this guy just run off at the mouth and make accusations without challenging him on what he's saying. Brother Bill does not give us permission to speak. Who is he? We don't need to ask him to let us speak. See, these are mistakes. In the ring, Little Floyd's not asking you if it's okay to throw the jab, if it's okay to throw the lead right hand. He's not asking you. He's going to dominate the situation. So why are we asking this man? And again, it's because of the norms of trying to solve things in a boardroom type of a way, a professional type of a way. And I get it, but it's not working here. So we must adapt. We must adapt.
But I mean, I don't want you to sit up and talk like some hellified nigga. You've been doing some hellified shit for the streets, or like you done been there for me, or like we're 100% high level. Nigga, I take care of everybody around this motherfucker. I take care of my son, and you've been hating on me for a long time with that shit. You've been knocking like a motherfucker. You know you have. But listen, yeah.
Bill.
What you mean, huh? What do you mean, huh?
Bill.
What the fuck you mean? You won't even stay. You won't even. You'll look. But I'm saying this though. Everybody that I got something against, or just like you said, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it to their face, and
Okay.
you know that's the kind of nigga I've been. Listen, you've been carrying that bullshit that you've been doing for nothing, nigga, and I'm not gonna kiss your ass, nigga. You know I'm not gonna kiss your ass. Period.
Hey,
And
Bill.
listen, for every nigga, Mac,
Bill, you had the
Mac,
floor.
Listen, I'm saying, Mac.
Bill, when can I get the
Mac,
floor?
whether it be
Bill,
Mac,
when can I get the floor?
S-Mac. No, okay, I'm gonna let you get the floor. Whether it be Mac, whether it be S-Mac, whether
Wrong. The man has already proven to us that we ain't got to ask him for nothing. He's being disrespectful. He's calling us things that no legend should be called. All right. And again, to Lil Floyd's credit, he grew up. He knows the game. He knows what it means to talk this way. This is stuff that Lil Floyd was raised. He knows. Okay. He knows, but he has evolved as any wise person would do, especially one who has achieved what he has achieved. He no longer is battling every day on this level where cats just want to shuck and jive or try to tongue wrestle you with halfway using the dozens, as we used to call it, signify halfway just throwing words out to just trap you up. Lil Floyd is used to dealing with people that are trying to solve a problem and they're moving towards the problem. Okay? trying to deal with that. And again, those are rules of the game that he's grown into. If he goes to look at a piece of property and he wants to see about its value to invest in it, he can't come in there talking like this. Who wants to deal with him on multi-billion-dollar deals talking like that? So he has to be a larger and use more tools. So again, like we talked about, he hears and he recognizes, because when the man was 6 years old, he was around people talking like this. It ain't that little Floyd is not aware that this dude is talking a certain kind of way. But it's fair to say we're rusty. And we should be rusty because we don't talk this way and deal in this way. But that's the brilliance of Brother Bill. He knows this ain't how we coming. This ain't how we living. We're not as sharp when it comes to this type of verbal exchange. You see? So that's where Brother Bill is showing his brilliance. He's got us out there without a paddle, or at least a paddle that has a lot of rust on it. Lil Floyd could have dominated this conversation if he would have stayed who he was, and around certain things as a kid and never grew out of that and never became who he became. And, if this is the way he had been talking his whole life, well, then okay. Then okay. Any of us at that point. But he wouldn't be the man that he is. He wouldn't have had the opportunities. He wouldn't be able to deal with the newscasters, etc., for all of these years. You understand? And so this is, to Brother Bill's credit, again, this is a certain style of combat, a certain style of verbal debate, and Brother Bill is bringing it to us, and we're not adapting fast enough. But we certainly should have been asking this man for an opportunity to speak, because this man is playing on a different level. So he's no longer in a position where he deserves that type of respect. He is abusing that. Like my dad used to say, don't let them take your meekness for weakness. Okay? So it's to Brother Floyd's credit that we were giving him this opportunity to just work this out in a cordial way, but he clearly showed that wasn't his intent. Then we fight differently. Or we just shut it all down and say, well, I'm not going to resort to that, so I'm out of here. But if we're going to stick around, oh, yeah, you're going to have to feel me. Oh, yeah, you're not going to be just disrespectful. And I'm certainly not going to be over here giving you the cordial presentation. I'm not going to be giving you the, can I speak now? Who are you? You must see exchanges in life, especially verbal, as much more important than just talking. How do you think deals get done? How do you think the gospel gets spread? Words, brother, words. Stuff is important. The Constitution, words. Argument, the Supreme Court, argument, words. Selling deodorant, whatever it is, a commercial, words. This is serious business, and we're letting this guy dominate us. We can't do that. Can't do it.
Nigga, Mac,
Bill, you had the floor.
Listen, I'm saying, Mac.
Bill, when can I get the floor? Bill, when can I get the floor?
Okay, I'm gonna let you get the floor. Whether it be Mac, whether it be S Mac, whether it be all the bad niggas, whether it be my nigga from up the way from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, nigga, a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you popping it. So nigga, when I pop it, what's the problem? Because other niggas don't pop it. You know what I'm saying? You pop it 1,000 times. Nigga, you was talking about that sparring shit. Nigga, you beat niggas up in sparring. I didn't watch you beat niggas up. And when my son got down on you, you dig what I'm saying? You act like you tell us.
Bill,
no, you tell us. No, you
Bill,
tell us.
Bill. If your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got an undefeated fighter in the gym. I'm not.
That's not it.
I'm the under the light
fighter. I got a nigga that don't lie. I got a nigga that don't lie. Nigga, 100% of the time. Nigga,
can I ask you a question? Bill,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What's my record under the lights? I'm gonna
tell you, but listen, what's your record in life, nigga?
No.
Yeah,
Get
nigga.
down to it.
Yeah, what's my record?
What is
Nigga,
my
what's
record?
my record in life? Nigga, what's your record under the lights? Nigga, every 50 of you.
Okay, so we did make an adjustment. What do you think of the adjustment we made? I mean, you clearly see we did make an adjustment here. We got a whole lot louder. We moved our body and engaged the camera. We raised our body language, okay, our posture. And now we're almost shouting. Why? Why? When we did this, when we adapted in this way by now raising our body up and coming to the camera and shouting, what did Brother Bill think? Did Brother Bill think, oh no, he's coming for us? Or was he laughing at us? Like, oh, gotcha. This is what I want us to see. Brother Bill is saying, got him. The same as we would do in the ring. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. This is let's check this out. Shout out to Brother Ben, Fight Hype. Okay, so think about this. Watch this and think about it.
Keep your dad, but you got to have somebody that's been in that crunch moment that can say, yo, wake up, listen to me, I'm telling you something. Because I know what I would have told you when you was in that situation. For starters,
and I know.
For starters, Devin, you can't jab. When you was jabbing, you was doing like this. I see you doing like that. We here. We here. Even if it's right here. Even if you got it right here, you jab, still right here. Okay? Not this. That's amateur.
Stop right there. Now, just for context so that everybody understands. So this is after the Devin Haney fight with Ryan Garcia. This is after that fight. And this is right before the interview that we're watching. It's right before that interview, okay? And this is Lil Floyd demonstrating what Devin could have done better. But the key, I hope you caught it. Did you catch it? The key to what he's saying in the ring was an amateur jab was how loose it was. How it wasn't tight, how he was leaving himself open. And he demonstrated. Did you see how he just threw the jab out there and he didn't have his guard tight? He said, what? That's amateurish, right? So you were basically flailing out there instead of being sharp, controlled, and dominant with your jab, Larry Holmes style. You were just flinging it and leaving yourself open. You catching this, right? You catching? So in the ring, Brother Floyd's not doing that. But here in this debate, what does he do?
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, what's my record?
What is
nigga,
my
what's
record?
my record in life? Nigga, what's your record under the lights? Nigga, every 50 of your opponents
My record in life is undefeated.
Nigga, listen, huh? You said what?
Where you see? You see? So the genius of Brother Floyd in the ring, you don't leave yourself open like that. It's tight, it's controlled, it's purposeful. Everything is meticulously designed for offense and defense at the same time. We have to employ the same tactics in our verbal debate. In our verbal war here, we need the same thing. We can't just be all over the place because we leave ourselves vulnerable for the counter. Holla if you hear me. You gotta really think about this and apply it to your life, because that's what Brother Bill did to us right here. We threw some weak jabs out there, and then what's Brother Bill doing? He's just sitting as like a sniper, and he's waiting to continue to take us down, to pull us, to pick us apart. And that's what happened right here. We end up saying something because of that weak jab, and Brother Bill pounces. We say, essentially, in life, we're also 50-0 in life, right? Because we're flailing with the jab, because we've lost our base. We're not as strong. We're not as stable. And Brother Bill pounces. Watch.
Put your record under the lights. Nigga, every 50 of your opponents.
My record in life is undefeated.
Nigga, listen, huh? You said what? You said in life.
My record in life is undefeated.
Nigga, come on, man. What are you talking about, your record in life? Nigga, who you talking to? Who you talking? You trying to tell these people that you don't take no L's? Nigga, you take L's around this motherfucker. I done took L's. Nigga, my son took L. Nigga, we take L's. What the fuck you talking about? You keep running around this motherfucker acting like that you the only one like
when
your
somebody
shit don't
died,
stick,
when somebody died, when you lose a loved one, of course we take an L. You just took an L. And when you
Nigga,
and I'm not talking about in the ring. We're not talking about in the ring.
And I know
remember this, Bill.
I ain't never been no ring.
I've always been respectful
that
to
punk ass 50-0, nigga. I'm 50-0 in these streets, nigga. I got love in these streets, nigga. Fuck your 50-0 with that boxing shit, nigga. That shit don't mean nothing.
Bill, I ain't gotta we ain't gotta have a pistol contest. Bill, I ain't gotta talk to you crazy. You know why?
I just pissed a little bit longer than you, nigga. What you talking about? You started pissing, I started pissing, nigga. What are you talking about?
Bill, at the end of the day, listen, I called to find out what is your problem with me, because I have no problem with you.
I'm for the streets, nigga. Do something for the streets, nigga, and then I'll be cool. I'm cool. I'll stop saying something, nigga. If it was some hellified street niggas that was up around you that say, nigga, he got us, then nigga, I'll be, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I talk shit, but I don't mean nothing. I'm just doing some comedy shit, my nigga.
So
I don't just like you. It's just comedy shit, my nigga.
Bill, is me and your ultimate goal?
So the man is now admitting, I've been playing with you, which is not really, as innocent as it may sound. Is very nefarious. The games he's playing, he's playing, but it's very nefarious, right? Because you don't use the type of language he's using. You don't play that type of game. That's a very dangerous game. Now let me say this so that it can be clear. We came up around East Coast, West Coast hip hop, right? And Biggie's no longer here. Brother Pac is no longer here. Okay? So we all know that stuff gets dangerous. And there are other examples, right? That stuff gets dangerous. So part of the evolution of Brother Floyd, from where he came from to where he is when you deal with these deals that he deals with on the level that he's on, business is war, but people ain't necessarily doing drive-bys in the middle of the deal. Not necessarily, right? I mean, you dealing with it. You're dealing with corporate war, okay? And these are the lessons we're talking about. But at the same time, those are the rules of that game. Him and his lawyers and all that kind of thing, right? Documentation, strategy, profit and loss, crunching the numbers, you're having the tactics of your best investment, putting your best foot forward, putting the team around you. Yeah, okay. Versus this stuff, this so-called street stuff. But if you're going to play by those rules, holla if you hear me, we've seen that turn out very bad in life. And nobody needs that. We don't need that. I don't support that. Why are we even talking like this? Lil Floyd's not talking like that. Brother Bill, okay, man, I'm giving you credit for masterfully going to war with us verbally. Okay, you employed some magnificent tactics. But you also, if you're going to play by this street code, don't nobody on the street talk this way without some possibilities of repercussions? Holla if you hear me. See, so now you being hypocritical. If you really talking street code, then nah, Cass don't just be calling you out your name like this without expecting some type of response like this. And that's where stuff happens. That's the danger that none of us need to see. None of us want to see. So why are you even talking this way? The man wasn't talking this way to you. So you are so committed to breaking this man down and playing by this other code. But that other code also has other repercussions as a consequence to that. So when you open that up, what if he would have responded that way? And what if somebody gets hurt from that? So why are we even touching that area? Why would we even touch that area? That's dangerous, Brother Bill. We ain't trying to see nobody. I mean, come on, man. We millionaires out here. At least they are. Why are we even talking this way? For the come up? For the bag? So we got to disrespect a legend for the bag? Come on, man. Got to be a better way than that, Brother Bill.
Than that, I talk shit, but I don't mean nothing. I'm just doing some comedy shit, my nigga.
So Bill,
I don't dislike you. It's just comedy shit, my nigga.
Bill, is me and your ultimate goal is to help our kids go to the next level, or is our ultimate goal is for us to go against each other? You tell me.
I don't know. I mean, are you helping your kids? I don't know. You know what? You can see my work. You can see my work. You see what I do. You dig? You come up in there with that slow drag talking about that 50, under the lights. Nigga, fuck the lights, nigga, and that 50, You know that shit don't mean nothing in the street. If you ain't really pushing that line and your kids all right in these streets, nigga, you a hoe ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, if you ain't if your kids ain't walking around and they mobbing in these.
Now, why are my children fair game at this point? Now, I get it. Devin is a public figure. He's a boxer. It's Bill's son. Okay. Public figure is a public figure, whether you're a politician or what have you, right? I mean, there's certain allowances for the critique of a public figure. Now, you're not saying you're lying on the person, but a public figure opens themselves up to certain things. It's our understanding. But why is it okay to talk about my other children that have nothing to do with they're not boxing? They're not in that world. Why in this discussion are you, Brother Bill, allowed to even discuss my children and what I'm doing with my children? Who are you? So you've manipulated this conversation to such a degree that now, even as you're being this disrespectful to me, because you must not really, I mean, you're showing respect to my children by disrespecting their father on a live stream. You're using profanity and calling out their dad. You're talking to their father in this way. You're trying to dominate and destroy their father on a live stream verbally. Is that showing love and respect for my children? The hypocrisy is ridiculous. How can you have this much love and respect for my children and my family when you're talking to me like this? What is that? But again, you know what you're doing. For the bag. You're going to come through me for the bag. And no matter what the carnage is, so what? No matter what the disrespect is, so what? What, man, come on. Come on, Brother Bill. Got to be a better way. But again, why are we even allowing you, man, take my kid's name out your mouth? I mean, right up top. He's already shown us enough disrespect to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. What did you just say? You see what I'm saying? We ain't got to take this. We ain't got to listen. We ain't got to let him voice this. And furthermore, once he begins to voice it, why aren't we challenging him on it? We're just accepting what he's saying, that he did this and he stood up for us, in the street and he told some real cats, because he's a real cat, whoop, whoop, whoop. And he basically, made it clear for my son out here on the street. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why we got to accept that as even being true? We don't know that he did any of that. Was it one time, 10 times? I mean, again, when we slip up and say something, he's challenging us, trying to crucify us. But he gets to just say whatever. He's Jesus out there on the street, and he's world renowned, and he's saving my family out there on the street. Who says that you did all that? Because you say so? You the same one cussing me out right now. We don't have to take a back seat, be patient, and wait on this man for nothing. And we certainly don't have to accept his analysis or his rendition of what's happened. We don't have to accept any of that. And we can do it with an amped voice, or we can do it with a low, steady voice. We are in control of the situation. But I'm going to tell you this. Brother Bill is hitting us, and we're not adapting properly. We're in the ring, and we're not adapting properly. We're getting beat, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. We're getting beat, and it's not a pretty sight. I hate to see it, because again, I believe Brother Floyd is the best boxer of all time, and I believe that verbal combat is immensely important. Verbal debate is immensely important in this world, and always has been. Public discourse, always been highly valued by the wise. So when a man comes with the skill that Brother Bill's coming with, and the nefarious motivations that he may have had during this situation, we have to adapt, and we have to, dominate this situation. And another thing that we could have done, which is what I'm pointing out right now, is we don't have to allow him to just preach these sermons and just accept his version of history. When he mentioned my children, whoa, wait a minute, man. Wait, hey, take my kid's name out your mouth. See? I mean, right away. So not only am I going to let you tell the world about my children out there on the streets. Wait a minute, what? Even if that's true, who tells the world that my children are out there on the street? That they run in the streets? What kind of man exposes that? You have no respect for me or my family. You telling the world that my children out there on the street, running the streets? And if it wasn't for you, they would, man, come on. I ain't got to accept that. Nor do I have to accept you being the one to announce that junk to the world. And I certainly don't have to accept the fact that you announcing this to the world is somehow showing that you're a great dude. I mean, we could have handled that on the low. I'm a legend. I'm a legend. You ain't got to tell the world no nonsense like that. You could, the whole point here is I'm trying to reconcile this thing with you. I'm trying to bring it together with you. And here you go popping off on some nonsense to make your point in the midst of talking about, well, you just joking. No. This ain't no joke. Again, you playing by a street code. So you say, well, don't nobody on the street joke like that, bruh. That's dangerous. We done see too many terrible things happen to folks joking it with the wrong person at the wrong time. And you talking families now. So that means people in your family, people in their family, people in somebody else's family that have love for these people, they now feel a certain kind of way. You bringing in all kind of stuff. Come on, man. We don't need that. We don't need that, Brother Bill. So yeah, we got every right to shut you down when you start talking that way. Say, hey, whoa. Yo. I said I was looking for a reconciliation. So you take my kid's name out your mouth and let's talk about the real deal. Just stop it right there.
Motherfucking streets, nigga, and they all right? Nigga. if you ain't really pushing that line and your kids all right in these streets, nigga, you a hoe ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, if you ain't out, if your kids ain't walking around and they mobbing in these motherfucking streets, nigga, and they all right, nigga, then don't nothing else matter, nigga.
Bill, it's not about the streets, Bill.
I said,
Bill, it's not about the streets. That's why you got out the streets, Bill. That's why you got out the streets. I learned from my dad not to even be in the streets. But listen, I ain't come up in no suburbs, Bill.
Listen, no, wait a minute, but I'm still in the street. Listen.
Okay. We like that. Okay. Lil Floyd came back. He's not jumping in the camera right there. His voice has more control, and he gave the true business. Say, hey man, it ain't about the street. I like that. Okay. So that was good. That was another adjustment he made, and I'm saying we can celebrate that one. He brought some control. He says, hey man, it ain't about the street. My dad told me don't even be out in the street. We like that. And it's based on truth. It's based on truth. Lil Floyd comes from that. He knows the world. He knows what's up out there. He knows. But he had to grow and develop and evolve. But it ain't that he don't know. So we like the fact that he's saying, hey, it ain't about being on the, playing the street game. It ain't about that. We like that he countered with that. What we don't like is the next thing he said. We don't like the next thing. I'm not from the suburbs. And you should know that. We don't like that. Now, even though it's true, okay, it's true, and Brother Man is the homie, okay? So mad love to him and his whole family from me, okay? That's the homie. But he don't have to now justify his street cred. Holla if you hear me. When he said it ain't about the street, and my dad already said don't even be out there, that's why you left the street. When he went on and just laid it out, okay, that's enough. That's enough right there. You've dominated that point, and you said it ain't even about that. Don't play into now who's more street than the other. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't deserve us to now validate our street cred. We're not playing. If we're not playing the street game, then there's no need to validate the street cred. Brother Bill is not worthy of us doing all of that. Even though Little Floyd has every right to do it, he knows about that life. He don't got to do it. He does not have to do it. Because Brother Bill has not earned the respect enough in this conversation to now feel like that's just another toy. That's just another ploy. That's just another tactic by Brother Bill to get us talking about what we don't even need to be talking about. Why am I even talking on a live stream about my street cred? I don't need to talk. That wasn't what I would plan to do today when I woke up, is to talk on a live stream about my street cred. This man got me talking about something I ain't even thought about in a long time. You see what I'm saying? So that's still more control. That's just more domination. So the first part of his response, we love that. That was cool. Yep. Just straight up and down. It's not even about that, man. It's not even about that. We like that. So we don't need to go no further than that. It's clear.
For my dad not to even be in the streets. But listen, I ain't come up in no suburbs, Bill.
Listen, no, wait a minute, but I'm still in the street. Listen, I'm still in the street, and if I see your kids, wait a minute. If I see your kids, wait a minute, nigga, if I see your kids in the street, what you mean nothing to glorify? Nigga, I'm just seeing your kids in the streets, nigga, and told somebody, nigga, back the fuck up, leave your kids alone, nigga, because I'm a thoroughbred street nigga, and you know your kids be in the streets, nigga.
They can do whatever they want.
Squares. But they squares. Yeah, you said they'd do whatever they want to do, you clown ass nigga. What you mean your kids can do everything? And you got $150 million.
I didn't say that. I said when kids
you just said that they can do whatever they want to do.
When kids get to a certain age, they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do anyway.
Now, once again, we're out there. Once again, now we're back to raising our voice. We're back to talking about. Now we're talking about parenting. You see what happened? This man has challenged our parenting. We didn't challenge him on the challenge, right? We've accepted the premise here. we've got some parenting issues. So now I'm going to teach you about parenting. Why am I talking to you about parenting? Because you're toying with me and I'm letting you. You hear me? Right? I don't need, I'm Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm a legend. I ain't got to justify my parenting to you, dude. Who are you? But because you've masterfully positioned this conversation in such a way, and I'm looking for a way to adapt, and I'm trying to fight back. No, we probably shouldn't even been involved with this thing to begin with, because the dude wasn't worthy. But if we do get in this spot, then we have to just challenge anything that we know is not benefiting us. The same we would do in the ring. I'm not going to just allow you. Lil Floyd is the master of making adjustments and taking away your strength. He's a master of that. We need to employ the exact same principles in this verbal debate world. When we are facing a challenge and we're verbally battling, we need to do the same thing Lil Floyd would do in the ring. Take away the opponent's strength. Do not play into where they want us to be. Instead, use that against them to maneuver it back into our control, into our world, so that we can dominate, because we must win. And we're not doing it here. Why in the world am I talking about parenting with you? Who are you? I don't owe you any parenting explanations. But you got us so far off our base that we're throwing stuff at the wall now. But we wouldn't do it in the ring. We go back to that example that he was given on Brother Ben's channel, the Fight Height, of that lazy jab. We just throwing that lazy jab out there. Let's check that out again. Let's check that out again.
For starters,
and I know
for starters, Devin, you can't jab. When you was jabbing, you was doing like this. I see you doing like that. We here. We here. Even if it's right here, if you got it right here, you jab, still right here. Okay? Mm-hmm. Not this. That's amateur.
That's that bone.
Amateur. Right? That's not the move. That's not the move. All right, let's proceed.
In the streets, nigga, and told somebody, nigga, back the fuck up, leave your kids alone, nigga, because I'm a thoroughbred street nigga. And you know your kids be in the streets, nigga.
They can do whatever they want.
Squares. But they squares. Yeah, you said they'd do whatever they want to do, you clown ass nigga. What you mean your kids can do it? And you got $150 million.
I didn't say, listen, I didn't say that. I said when kids
you just said that they can do whatever
let
they
me
want
tell you
to do.
something. When kids get to a certain age, they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do anyway.
Nigga, you buy them
so what are you
bitches
talking about?
everything, nigga. You buy them bitches everything. How you can't buy your kids everything the same pocket, nigga? Lame ass, nigga.
Why are you worried about what I'm doing with my money? Now you pocket watching?
Nigga, I'm a thoroughbred nigga. You already know it.
Now you pocket watching?
Cool. Pocket. I don't give a fuck.
Bill,
pocket.
You shouldn't be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about what another man doing for a woman.
What you said? No, doing for a woman.
You said,
nigga, you know I'm a nigga. I've been around this motherfucker deep. I ain't never been knocked, nigga.
So the funny thing here is that not only are we allowing ourselves to get stretched way out there again, but now Brother Bill has restarted. He's restarted where he was at the very beginning, joking with us, playing with us, manipulating like he don't understand, he didn't hear, and then pushing us off our square again. It's masterful what he's doing, but that's what's happening here. He once again plays, and now he's going to become the P, if you understand. Now he's the P. And he's going to just take this whole thing and further manipulate it. Boy, I tell you, Masterful from Brother Bill. It's disrespectful. It's dangerous what he's doing. It's inappropriate. It has, we don't want anything to come from it that's wrong or bad. But golly, he's throwing punches at us and we're getting hit. We're getting hit, brothers and sisters. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, dogs and conversation. Yeah, we're doing good though. We're doing good. We're really covering this thing, and I hope you're getting value. I hope you're able to apply these tactics and not be a victim. Not be a victim. I hope that the people who mean well in this world and who are in positions in this world and get, in a situation where they are in a verbal battle, which happens more than you know. All you have to do is look at your life. The verbal battles that you faced, whether it was with your spouse, with your girlfriend, boyfriend, with your children, with your employer or employees, with the bank teller, the list goes on and on. Verbal exchange matters. And although Brother Bill is being extremely disrespectful, he's also throwing out a high level of skill, a high level of manipulation. And the value here is that when faced with a situation like this, how we need to respond, certainly how we don't want to respond. Okay. So that we are able to win whatever that is that we're facing, because the good people are supposed to be on top. That's our underlying position. We want the good people on top. We don't want to be pushed here and there and manipulated by, nefarious motives. That's not cool. So it is what it is, but we'll continue to go through it. Fair use. Obviously, we're doing education and commentary and analysis of this, so we'll keep it going.
I've been around this motherfucker deep. I ain't never been knocked. Nigga, you ain't been in my business. What you talking about? Your money ain't spent with me, nigga.
You in my business. You bringing up my name always.
No, what I'm saying is I'm talking about with the bitch. You ain't never got mine. You know what I'm saying? So what are you talking about? We've been in this business. Pocket watch. I ain't never had to pocket watch, nigga, with you. Because the bitch ain't never came in and told me you was doing that. Fuck you talking about?
She never came in and told me you were doing that. I'm not even going to go down the road, but for those who know, he's manipulated what we said, and now he's jumped into the P game, and now he's running down the line on the P game, and he's relating it to what we really didn't even say. So now we have to unravel that spaghetti to get back to where we need to be, because he's, again, toying with us. He knows what we're saying and what we're not saying. But because we've opened ourselves up with a weak jab, he's now manipulating that and turning that into some nonsense. And this is the game. This is how he's playing. Now all of a sudden we're talking to P-Gay. It's ridiculous, right? We've just allowed it to go too far, but we'll watch.
Motherfucker deep, I ain't never been knocked. Nigga, you ain't been in my business. What you talking about? Your money ain't spent with me, nigga. Fuck you mean?
My business. You're bringing up my name always.
No, what I'm saying is I'm talking about with the bitch. You ain't never got mine. You know what I'm saying? So what are you talking about? We've been in this business. I pocket watch. I ain't never had to pocket watch, nigga, with you. Because the bitch ain't never came in and told me you was doing nothing. Fuck you talking about? Huh?
I'm buying Bill.
I ain't Bill. By buying a motherfucking thing. I said, nigga, if you can buy something for bros, wait a minute. I said, if you can buy a lot of fly shit, you can buy your kids freedom to do whatever the fuck they want to do and walk around this motherfucker proud because they came from a boss.
Bill, I want to tell you something, Bill. When kids get to a certain age, Bill, when kids get to a certain age, they're gonna do it they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do. And when kids don't want to listen, that's when you disconnect yourself from them. Period.
Well,
I don't care what it is.
Guess what, PB? When you got real niggas that's in these,
we don't want to get to the point where, you know, our eyes are getting that big, and, you know, again, we're that stretched out. See, right? We don't want to be there. We don't want to be there where we're that stretched out and defending something that we shouldn't even be talking about, that we shouldn't have even allowed this guy to even begin to discuss. So we have to continue to keep the fight on our terms. We set the parameters. We are the legend. We are the one in control. We're the boss. We dominate. We don't allow ourselves to be kicked around, and we certainly don't allow ourselves to feel like we need to defend stuff that he had no business talking about. You know, it's no good. But, you know, when our eyes are getting that big and we're trying to push forward like that, you know, we're too far strong.
Bill, I want to tell you something, Bill. When kids get to a certain age, Bill, they're gonna do it they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do. And when kids don't want to listen, that's when you disconnect yourself from them. Period.
Well,
I don't care what it
is. Guess what, PB? When you got real niggas that's in these streets, that's real men, and
then right away he comes in to smack us again, right? He's not excited. He was just waiting for another opening, which we gave him, and then he just walks right in again, smacking us, right? So, you know, we open it up and we get excited, and then we put our foot in our mouth a little bit, and then here he comes. Oh, got you again. And he comes in and smacks. He comes in and smacks. He comes and he's just waiting. But part of the brilliance of his disrespect, but part of the brilliance is that Brother Bill, when we're so emotional and when we're doing all these things, he's in his logical mind. He's not in his emotional mind. He's logically listening, logically plotting. When we're flailing away, it's much harder to have sound, structured responses, strong, structured leads, strong, structured offense and defensive statements. Much more difficult. Okay? And so when we're doing all that, he's laying back in the cut. And then boom, gotcha. And then boom, gotcha. And then boom, let me throw him over there. Boom, let me throw him over there. Boom, let me throw him over there. The same way Lil Floyd would do in the ring. They're the same principles. Jab, hold, straight right hand, hold. The way he boxes, defense first. Defense first. This is not defense we're doing here. We're flailing, and he's chipping us off. Bam, bam. And we're flailing, and he's chipping us off. Bam, bam. This is not how we fight. This is not how we get to be the legend, the best boxer ever. We have to employ the same principles in the ring when we are in the ring of debate.
They're gonna do it they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do. And when kids don't want to listen, that's when you disconnect yourself from them. Period. I don't care what it is.
Guess what, PB? When you got real niggas that's in these streets, that's real men, and I see that they're your kids, and I tell them, and I tell the streets, hey man, listen, that's not good. They don't need to. Do you know whose baby that is? That's a Mayweather kid. That's what I say. But
Bill,
you don't know.
No.
But they don't say that shit. Huh? Hello?
Yeah.
You don't even say thank you for that, my nigga.
Okay, let's come in here right quick. We don't have to accept that that's even true. We don't have to accept that that's true, that my child was out there on the street, and then because he's a thorough dude from the street and he went to the OG, the real dude was like, oh, no, don't, that's, whose baby that is? That's Mayweather. I don't got to accept that you did all of that. Now, all of a sudden, you're a truthful man? You cussing me out. I don't have to accept that you stood up for my son on the street. Furthermore, like I've said earlier, why do I even need to have that exposed, that my son is out there running the street? Why am I even getting that exposed by you? What? I'm a legend. I've lived my life, fought hard to be who and what I am, and now you going to discredit my whole being based on what you claim I'm doing and not doing as a parent. Who are you? You not even my baby's mama. But you know what's going on in my house and what I need to be doing with my children, etc. Come on, man. I don't have to accept none of this from you. You go somewhere with that. I mean, even if we were to give fair play, does this man have any other children? I mean, even if we give fair play, I mean, how ridiculous would it be right now to start saying, well, yeah, your daughter, she's so-and-so, and last week and she did so-and-so. How petty and ridiculous would that even sound if the champ started talking about some daughter or son of his other than Devin and what they were doing out at the club or what? Come on. I mean, it would sound ridiculous. But because this man is allowed to just throw out these shots unencumbered, he's not being challenged on these shots, then it sounds like it's authentic. It sounds like, well, yeah, well, shucks. Well, if he stood up for your son, right? We don't know that he did any of that. And what were the consequences of that? What were the parameters surrounding that? He's just allowed to say whatever he wants. And then he pushes the point to say, you need to say thank you. Now the next step he's going to make is now he publicly is expecting us to not only condone his interference in my family, but now I got to tell him thank you in front of the world. I mean, you done really brought me all the way down on my knees. Now I even have to thank you for what I haven't even expressed that it actually even happened. But if I thank you for it, then I'm certainly validating that it all transpired. I mean, that's highly, highly skillful of Brother Bill. Highly skillful.
And I see that they're your kids, and I tell them, and I tell the streets, hey man, listen, that's not good. They don't need to. Do you know whose baby that is? That's a Mayweather kid. That's what I say. But
Bill,
you don't know. No. But they don't say that shit. Huh? Hello?
Yeah.
You don't even say thank you for that, my nigga.
Bill, let me tell you something.
You don't even say thank you for that, though. Floyd, I'm saying you don't even just say thank you for that, though. That's because you're a rotten-ass nigga, my nigga. You always talking about some money and shit. That's what I'm saying is you can't fuck with me.
Bill, we not even talking about no money, Bill. Bill, we not even.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this. If Brother Bill, let's say I've already expressed that we shouldn't even allow ourselves to get strung out like that, right? Okay. But if Brother Bill is telling the truth, now watch me on this because I got to be fair. I'm a man of truth. Okay? And obviously I'm partial to Brother Floyd. That's the homie, so it's clear I'm partial to the brother. But shucks, if it is true that my child was out there and you stood up for my child on the street, if it is true, yeah, as embarrassing as it is that you just brought that up to the world, as embarrassing as that is, and now you calling me on it and you calling me on the fact that I didn't even say thank you, the fact that you stood up for my kid, yeah, at that point, if it's true, yeah, I do need to tip my hat to you. Real talk, y'all. Real talk. If it is true that my child was out there, okay, and you stood up for my child out there like that you use your street cred. Again, now this is all giving the credit to this man who's also cussing me out. But if it is true, man to man, real talk, y'all, just I'm being truthful. I do have to tip my hat to you. I do owe you appreciation for that. I do owe you. Appreciate that, man. Real talk. You know, that's some real stuff. Because anything could happen to my child. Thank you. I do owe you that. So I'm giving Brother Bill that. If it's even true, then yeah, I do owe you. I do owe you some gratitude. You stood up for my family. What else can I do?
No. But they don't say that shit. Huh? Hello?
Yeah.
You don't even say thank you for that, my nigga.
Bill, let me tell you something.
You don't
Bill,
even say
look,
thank you for that, though. You, Floyd, I'm saying you don't even just say thank you for that, though. That's because you're a rotten ass nigga, my nigga. You always talking about some money and shit. That's what I'm saying is you can't fuck with me.
Bill, we not even. Bill, we not even on here talking about no money, Bill. Bill, we not even on here talking about no money. This ain't even about no money. This
You
about
brought the money up.
Who did?
You did.
You brought the money up. You talking about what you could do for bitches. You brought the money up.
No.
We're a little choppy right now. Let's see if we can straighten that out right quick. Getting a little choppy. So let's see if we can straighten this out right quick. Hold on, y'all. We'll see if we can make it a little better for you. Okay, let's see if this is a little better, brothers and sisters.
Keep on continuing.
You need some help?
Hey, man,
drop it
listen,
back a little bit.
That's not good. They don't need to. Do you know whose baby that is? That's a Mayweather kid.
Okay, let's
To
run
do
it
whatever
from
the
here.
fuck they want to do and walk around this motherfucker proud because they came from a boss.
Bill, I want to tell you something, Bill. When kids get
Yes,
to
sir.
a certain age, Bill, when kids get to a certain age, they're gonna do it when they're gonna do what the fuck they want to do. And when kids don't want to listen, that's when you disconnect yourself from them. Period.
Well,
I don't care what
guess what? Guess what, PB? When you got real niggas that's in these streets, that's real men, and I see that they're your kids, and I tell
Bill.
them, and I tell the streets, hey man, listen, that's not good. They don't need to. Do you know whose baby that is? That's a Mayweather kid. That's what I say. But
Bill,
you don't.
my thing is this.
No. But they don't say that shit. Huh? Hello?
Yeah.
You don't even say thank you for that, my nigga.
Bill, let me tell you something.
You don't
Bill,
even say
look,
thank you for that, though. You, Floyd, I'm saying you don't even say thank you for that, though. That's because you're a rotten ass nigga, my nigga. You always talking about some money and shit. That's what I'm saying is you can't fuck with me.
Bill, we not even on here talking about no money, Bill. Bill, we not even on here talking about no money. This ain't even about no money. This
You
about
brought
me.
the money
About, who did?
You did.
You brought the money up. You talking about what you can do for bitches. You brought the money up.
I said what we can do for our kids. I said what we can do for our kids,
Bill,
my nigga.
I said the same thing.
Was I
Bill,
riding the Rolls Royce before my son? Was I riding the Rolls Royce before my son?
Bill, I want to let you know something.
Nigga, knock it off, man. Don't nobody want to
listen.
I'm not gonna keep rapping.
Yeah, another problem we're having here is that we're continuing to wait for space to talk. And again, those are the rules of a different game, you know, our corporate style and our dealing with people that have sensibilities to being more cordial in the discussion, right? Looking for opportunities, not just trying to overtalk or bogard your way in, you know, all these things, right? But it's not appropriate with this dude. It's not appropriate. He's not waiting for us. He's saying whatever he want to say. He'll give us 25 sermons and we're listening. And no, come on. You see what I'm saying? We waiting for opportunity to get our point in. Bill. We're trying to get him to give us space. And we wouldn't do that in the ring. Bill. No, we create the moment and we control the moment so that we can checkmate. You understand? Okay, so this is, I mean, even if you say, well, he going to use his jab to open up an opportunity, okay? But his jab is also causing damage. Did you hear me? But this begging the man, Bill. Again, we're playing by different rules. If we're at the board table and we're saying, Marcy. Okay, now everybody at the table has heard that I'm trying to get Marcy's attention. I'm trying to get Marcy to let me get a word in. And it starts to get ugly and disrespectful if she continues to ignore me and won't even allow me a chance to speak. Everybody at the table recognizes that. And even somebody may say, well, you know, let's hear from the brother. He's obviously trying to, you know, get his point across as well. We don't have to agree with it, but let's hear what the brother's got to say. There's no referee in this ring. That's our problem here, right? We're coming in with a paradigm. We're coming in with an understanding of the rules of this debate as if there's a referee that's going to come in, but there's no referee. We've got to stand on our own, just like you with your husband or you with your wife or you with your children. We are now engaged in a verbal debate that has consequences for how we are going to relate with each other, whether we're going to get the job, whether we're going to get the promotion, whether we're going to get someone to agree to invest in us. All these things, we don't have a referee. We've got to adapt and figure out a way to control the conversation for our benefit. And here, begging this man for a chance to speak? No. Just go on and say what you got to say. That's what he's doing. And again, if we're not willing to do these things, then don't even allow this man to be on a platform with us. You dig? I mean, if we're not willing to fight these with using these other techniques and adapting and moving and shaking, if we're not willing to do all that, then don't even allow this dude, who most people don't even know, to even be on a platform around the world with us. But if he has the nerve to raise his head towards us, shut him down. We ain't got to ask or beg him for nothing. If you got something to say, you say it. And if he doesn't hear you completely, so what? Even when he does hear us, he acts like he don't when he wants to and manipulates that. So he's already shown whether he hears us or he doesn't hear us, he's still going to play his hustle. So you say what you want to say. When you feel like speaking, you speak. Getting his attention is presuming he's going to respectfully acknowledge that and give you clear space to run your words. No, you go ahead and plow on through. And you said what you had to say. And in fact, because you said what you had to say, and if he wasn't wise enough to listen to what you had to say, especially since you giving him parenting advice and everything else that he ain't even got no business getting. I mean, we're giving him other things that we shouldn't even be talking about. So if I am going to give you these jewels of parenting advice and all this kind of stuff, once I done said it, if you were not wise enough to close your mouth and listen, then the heck with you anyway. I don't have to stop you and get you to hear me. What I'm saying is what's valuable. You're hustling, you're playing games, and furthermore, you over there cussing me out. So if I choose to bless you with some words, if you don't have the sense to listen to those words, well, I done said it. And I done said it. And the fact that the microphone, this is a live stream, so the microphone done picked me up. So the audience, they've even heard that I said it. I can leave the stream. Holla if you hear me. I done said it. I ain't got to wait for you to open up the pathway. Your microphone is on and my microphone is on. I done said what I had to say. I can bounce. Now, if you choose to keep running your mouth and keep cussing me out, that's your business. I ain't got to stay with that. And I certainly ain't got to wait for you to acknowledge me before I get off my points. In the ring, Floyd ain't got to wait. I'm going to bust you in the mouth because you had the nerve to come in the ring against me. Holla if you hear me. And little Floyd, being the master that he is, not only is he going to bust you in the mouth, but he going to do it while he's defending himself at the same time, which is not what we're doing here. No.
Money up. You talking about what you can do for bitches. You brought the money up.
I said what we can do for our kids. I said what we can do for our kids.
Bill, I said the same thing.
Was I riding the Rolls Royce before my son? Was I riding the Rolls Royce before my son?
Bill, I want to let you know something.
Nigga, knock it off, man. Don't nobody
listen.
I'm not gonna keep rapping. You know me and you don't even be doing all this motherfucking shit. I'm not gonna keep rapping with you, P. You know what time it is with me, man, and I'm gonna keep pushing this family line, man. Welcome to the family.
Tell me.
It's the
Now, again, to little Floyd's credit, he knows. I told you earlier, this is not the way that he talks every day. This is not, he's had to evolve. He deals with great things, big things. He ain't got to talk this way, but he hears. He knows. He comes from that. He heard the man. That's why he's smiling now. Because the dude just said some straight up street stuff that shouldn't even be said. It shouldn't be said. And Lil Floyd heard it. And I'm telling y'all, that's some dangerous stuff. So, Brother Bill, we don't need that kind of stuff, man. I understand you going after the bag. I understand you got the verbal skills. I understand you doing what you're doing. You controlling the fight. Okay, I get it. Bruh. But look, man, we still got to be peaceful out here. We still have to be respectful out here. Folks got families. Folks got people that love them. And I gave the example, Tupac and Biggie, the whole thing. We need people to be safe out here, man. We need all y'all. Y'all got fans, people that love you. You making millions. Come on, man. And you out here talking like you 13 years old. And even when you was 13 years old, that ended up as a fight in the cafeteria. Holla if you hear me. It's still, we don't need none of that. So now both of y'all getting suspended instead of getting your math lesson. You see what I'm saying? There's still ridiculous consequences to this kind of talk. So when he just mouthed off like that, although little Floyd is not into that every day, nor should he be, he heard it. He heard it. And if you out there in the audience, if you didn't hear it, maybe that's good. Maybe that's a blessing that you didn't even recognize what the man said. But Lil Floyd heard it. And a whole lot of other folks heard it. And you don't even need to talk like that. I'll play it again.
Was I riding the Rolls Royce before my son?
Bill, I want to let you know something.
Nigga, knock it off, man. Don't nobody
listen.
I'm not gonna keep rapping. Me and you don't even be doing all this motherfucking shit. I'm not gonna keep rapping with you, P. You know what time it is with me, man, and I'm gonna keep pushing this family line.
You know what time it is with me. We don't need none of that. We don't need it, brothers and sisters. We're trying to be safe out here. We want everybody to be safe.
I'm not gonna keep rapping. Me and you don't even be doing all this motherfucking shit. I'm not keep rapping with you, P. You know what time it is with me, man, and I'm gonna keep pushing this family line, man. Welcome to the family.
Tell me.
It's the Haney business, and listen, it's gonna keep on continuing.
You need some help? You need some help with your son?
Have I ever needed your help for anything?
You need some help with your son?
For some help?
You need some help the other motherfucking night? You need some help the other motherfucking night? You need some help with your son?
Now, for those of you that have seen the interview many times, this debate, you know that he scored big points right there. Well done. Our analysis of it, part of the reason why we were able to do what he did, and this is where we needed to be all along, This is where we need to be all along. There was a point of silence. And we were able to walk in without yelling and screaming. We were able to have our presence of mind and shoot our shot. We have to control our mind in the same way in the face of Brother Bill's antics. But because there was a break in the action that allowed us to step in, you see? No. So hats off to Brother Floyd for doing it. He did step in right there. But what we have to trick our mind into doing is to be able to do that all throughout this thing, is to calm our mind and see that space and deliver a sound retort. The same we would do in the ring. It doesn't matter that there's millions of people watching Lil Floyd in the ring. It doesn't matter there's thousands of people in the audience. It doesn't matter. Lil Floyd is still aware of everything that's going on and super focused on what's right in front of him. I mean, there's been plenty of times when he was talking to the announcers during, he's able to be completely aware and silence his mind at the same time to know exactly what he's doing, how he's doing, who he's listening to, who he's not listening to. He can hear everything and hear nothing at the same time. That's masterful control, which is why he's the best. Okay, but here, if you understand the secret I'm showing you, the reason he was able to get that shot off is because there was a moment of silence. We have to get that shot off even when there's not silence.
You know what time it is with me, man, and I'm gonna keep
What
pushing
time is
this
it with
family
you?
line, man.
Welcome
to the family.
Tell me.
Now,
it's the Haney business. And
here
listen,
comes
it's
the
gonna keep on
silence,
continuing.
and then we're able to shoot the shot.
You need some help?
See, that's the secret right there. There was a break, and in that break, we had a non-emotional, clear strategy of where we wanted to present the argument, and boom, we shot the shot. We got to be able to do that with the noise. It's the same thing he would do in the ring, the same way Michael Jordan at the free throw line. Okay, you got to be in that zone when you're in that job interview. You got to be in that zone. And no matter what's going on or who else is in the office, you got to be able to know clearly where the shot is, how to formulate it in your mind, how to hear it, how to deliver it without trying to be over emotional or being dictated to by all the other stimuli, which might not be in your best interest, especially like here where somebody's trying to walk all over you. No good. So it was good that he stepped in there on that, but we have to create those moments in our mind, whether they actually exist or not.
What time is it with
family
you?
line, man. Welcome to the family.
Tell me.
It's the Haney business, and listen, it's gonna keep on continuing.
You need some help? You need some help with your son?
Have I ever needed your help for anything?
You need some help with your son?
For some help?
You need some help the other motherfucking night? You need some help the other motherfucking night?
Oh, nigga, listen, your son need help tonight, nigga, not the other night.
You need some help
your
with your son?
Needs help tonight, you fool-ass earth man. Your son needs help tonight. Your daughter needs help tonight, you fool-ass earth man. Do not campaign. Everybody needs, listen, my son needs me today, tomorrow, and every day.
Guess what?
So does yours.
See, again, those are not equal playing fields. His son, again, is a public figure. He's a world-class, world champion boxer. Okay, my daughter. Well, wait a minute. How is that a comparison? We talking about your son, and then you're gonna talk about my daughter? I mean, they're not even on anywhere in the same sphere in a situation like that. Get my kid's name out your mouth. So see, he's still allowed to be extremely reckless. Extremely reckless, and we're allowing it to happen, and then we're responding. So not only are we not challenging him on the basis of his point, but then we are allowing it to maneuver us, and we're responding to his nonsense instead of calling him on it. We're giving him way too much respect. We're giving him way too much deference, and he's being extremely disrespectful as a return to that. No.
Your son needs help tonight. Your daughter needs help tonight, you fool-ass earth man. Do not campaign. Everybody needs, listen, my son needs me today, tomorrow, and every
And
day.
guess what?
So does yours.
If he need me, I'm gonna be there for him. If he need me, I'm gonna be there for him.
No, nigga, you was just popping slick, and I pop back at you, crazy fool.
Yeah, if he
we
need
don't
me,
need
guess
you
what?
for dog
Guess
shit.
what?
We don't need
I
you
never,
for
and guess what?
shit.
Anytime I ever talked to Devin and helped him, Devin, guess what? It was all total love. Period.
It don't sound like that.
It was. It was off love. Period.
It don't sound like that.
And but you know that. You know that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now,
I don't think so, people.
Now you got my number. Call me direct so we can talk on the phone.
No.
No good. No good. So
listen,
right
my son
there.
needs me today, tomorrow, and every day.
And guess what?
So does yours.
If he need me, I'm gonna be there for him. If he need me, I'm gonna be there for him.
No, nigga, you was just popping slick, and I pop back at you, crazy fool.
Yeah, if he need
You know, Brother Bill is completely aware that he's dominating. he knows he's dominating, and he's even commentating during the debate. I mean, that's how far he's dominating us, that he's even saying, I'm dominating you. I allowed you to, you just popped off and I'm just smashing you. I mean, while we're debating, I'm smashing you. Okay. And then there's a moment of levity that, we don't need. We're in the middle of being smashed. Okay. Disrespected by an okie doke. No disrespect from me, but the boy Bill's being extremely disrespectful throughout this thing, right? So I mean, it is what it is. This is my point, that if we even going to allow this dude to even be next to us and have this opportunity, then we got to be willing to smash back. Real talk. Okay, so this little moment of levity right here, where Lil Floyd once again is letting him know, hey, I was talking out of love, and then it seems like there's a crack in the armor. It seems like Brother Bill has come around and is going to enjoy a smile right quick. And then you see us, we join him in this moment of levity. It's like, okay, now we're finally going to relax. And we get lulled into a last minute slap once again. It is an amazing moment, and I want you to see it. Okay, so we've gone through this whole thing where he's been smacking us around from the opening bell. We get to the final bell now, and it seems like we're talking about we've done all this out of love for his son, and it seems like he's cracking a little bit and he's understanding, and it looks like we're going to be okay. And then I say, well, call me, and he gives the final slap, and that's the end. Watch. We don't need this moment of levity, by the way. Skip him, right? So the fact that he opened up, or seemed to open up to us a little bit, that shouldn't have brought us any joy.
Don't need you for dog shit. We don't need you for
and guess what?
shit.
Anytime I ever talked to Devin and helped him, Devin, guess what? It was all total love. Period.
It don't sound like that.
It was. It was off love.
Now watch, he feels
It don't sound like that.
a little smile right there. A little smile. He feels okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Now,
I don't think so, people.
Now you got my number. Call me direct so we can talk on the phone.
No.
And that's that. Now, here we go. Check this out. Now, you've watched how skillful this man is, Brother Bill. Now, let's watch a moment from the beginning and watch, and you'll see many of the things that we've outlined, many of his skills and his manipulation will be very clear now that you've seen more of how he did what he did, how he responded. But let's just from the beginning, the opening bell, and you'll be able to see his manipulation from the very beginning.
Is that you or is that the AI version?
It's me all the way. It could be the AI version if you want it to be.
No,
What up, family?
The PF. I mean, why they FF?
No, because I got the social. I let somebody else run that social media page. When I want to get on that, I get on that. But it's one of my guys. What's going on, family?
One of your guys.
Yeah,
I mean, you
it's one of
called
my guys. It's one of my.
Act like he
you called
knows.
for me.
So
Yeah,
confused,
yeah.
right?
So I need to know. I called you to. I've been reaching out to you to let you know. I ain't never had nothing against you. Where did me and you go wrong? When did me and you start having beef?
I don't know. I don't know how much do we have a beef? Because you
I'm
seem
just saying.
real
I mean,
like you aggressive or
at least
something
I
about
thought
it.
it.
Do we have what kind of
Last
beef
time
do we
me and
have?
you.
Wait a minute. What kind
I'm
of
just saying
beef
we
do
don't
we
have a
have?
beef. I'm saying a disagreement,
What do we have
or
a
we not on the same
disagreement
page.
about? What
I
do we
don't.
have
You
a
tell
disagreement
me.
about?
You tell me.
Huh?
I never had nothing against you. Now,
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, I seen. Let's talk. Let's talk. I seen you in Miami. Last time I seen you in Miami before. We kicked it. You said what's up. I said what's up. We kicked it. We had a good time. Now all of a sudden it seems like Bill Haney is my enemy. Like I ain't got nothing against Bill.
listen. Listen, I don't know if I'm your enemy or not. I don't claim to be your motherfucking enemy. I don't care nothing about being nobody's enemy. You know who I am. You know what I'm saying? You know how I fuck with it. But if you was my enemy, then you would feel like that. Do you feel like I'm your enemy?
I'm just Bill. I'm just asking a
No, I'm
question.
asking
This ain't.
you.
We ain't in no
Does it feel
pissing
like I'm your
contest.
enemy? Does it feel like
I
that?
don't. You. Tell,
I feel
that's
like
what I'm
no,
asking
because
you.
I feel like listen, I've been knowing you for hella long, but I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
All the way. All the way. It's been a pleasure breaking down for you. I hope that you captured the skills and you've seen the pluses and minuses here, and that, again, hopefully the good people among us can utilize the skills, and hopefully when you're engaging in verbal debate, verbal warfare, we want you to win. The good people. And if we ever get ourselves in a situation such as this, where we're dealing with someone who's probably shouldn't even be in the ring with us, and they come out with these crazy tactics, whether it's on the job or whether it's in your ministry, whether it's in your household, that you'll be able to remember the same mastery that you have in other areas of your life. In this case, Brother Floyd, the same way he's the greatest ever in the ring, you need to cross-apply all of those techniques into this verbal battle of control, of emotional stability, of strategy, of being defensive, not just offensive, but understanding that the full gamut, bringing all of your tool sets to bear so that you're not vulnerable to somebody who may be extremely nefarious, just looking to be extremely disrespectful, calling you out your name, damaging you on the job, damaging you in your relationship, damaging your status or your presence or your family. I mean, this guy's out there talking about your kids running the street, you know? So all these things, you know, we don't need to put up with that. We don't need to put up with that. And furthermore, with our skill sets in place, at least recognize it. From the very beginning, like I showed you here, from the very beginning, this guy is exposing that he's trying to manipulate and hustle from jump. And anyone who has watched our program tonight, you saw it clearly when in the replay right there, the things that we talked about, you know, that he clearly was enjoying. Brother Bill is enjoying the fact that he's not only toying with us, but he was going to put his foot on our neck, continue to toy with us, and put his foot, both feet on our neck, right? And he, you know, you could see it in his face. He was enjoying torturing us, and we can't allow that. There's no reason why the legend, Brother Floyd, there's no reason why we even need to be in that spot. But if we are in that spot, we have to fight the good fight. We have to fight the good fight. In closing, respect to Brother Bill for his brilliance. But he was disrespectful, and like we talked about, you know, being disrespectful, like Tupac, Biggie, that whole thing. I mean, you know, you gotta be careful. You know, we want everybody to be safe. We want everybody to be safe. And you gotta be careful when you just start mouthing off like that, using that kind of language. Come on, man. You know, just we don't need nobody getting hurt. We don't need nobody's family engaging in some nonsense. Nobody, you know. People got love for cats, man. You can't just be talking reckless like that, man. You know, and like I said, he's the one who wants to represent. Brother Bill wants to represent street code. What the street code say, you don't talk like that. You don't be just reckless like that. There's certainly consequences if you're going to be reckless like that, just calling cats all out the name, whoop, 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 you know, talking about their kids, their family, whoop, whoop. Come on, man. Come on. So, you know, you're not even being fair to that which you're representing. Okay? So keeping all that in mind, we want everybody to be safe. Okay? Blessings to both the men, blessings to their family. Thank them both. You know, I thank them both for the lessons. Lots of lessons that came out of this interview. Hope you've enjoyed Dog's conversation tonight and can apply these so that you're not manipulating people, but that you're not being manipulated, and that you're able to stand in a good debate and get to a good outcome, especially if you're a good person. Much love. Till next time.